everyone, and I am excited about bringing on my next guest who has been on with me a couple of times before. I have with me Nic Magallanes, and he is with Green Home Loans. I want you to tell first everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do, and why you're so passionate about coming on today.
Well, I am still short, so there's not much I can do about that. So just get the compliance out of the way. Nic Magallanes, Senior Loan Officer with Green Home Loans. NMLS ID numbers 1853487. Green Home Loans, NMLS ID numbers 2464753.
So now that we got that out of the way, because that's what we have to do with your business that you're in.
Right.
First, I want you to talk, because you called me and you were really so excited because you wanted to talk about fraud
Right.
and mortgages.
Right.
So let's talk about that.
Well, first off, this is kind of inspired by a colleague of mine from back in the day, and his name was Wilbur. Okay. Yeah, he was a bucket of steam, walked around with his right-handed pen, his left-handed pencil, but he was good. And he always said, make sure you're on compliant. Okay, good. So anytime you're getting a call, because people are going to start getting a lot of phone calls, all right, which is a good and bad thing. So the fact that they're going to start getting calls, that means the rates are going to go down. So first thing you do, ask for the NMLS ID number. Okay, then ask the name of the company and the company's NMLS ID number. Perfect. And then, if it still doesn't work, ask them to walk you through the steps to have them verified on the internet.
You know, it's important that you just said that, because a lot of people might ask, you might be able to say yours, but the business MNLS number,
NMLS ID number.
not everybody has that.
They're supposed to, per the SAFE Act of 2008, yes.
So now that you know that, these are the things I love about this show, because it's information.
Right.
And this way, how would you ever know anything like that unless you heard that here?
Well, you didn't hear it from me. I can't take all the credit. You gotta get it from Wilbur.
Wilbur.
Wilbur said it. And then he would say, shut lips. Okay, so I'm like, okay. He didn't say shut lips. So we're thinking, okay, that's not why he said it. Anyway, but yes, absolutely. You always have to ask the NMLS ID number for the loan officer and the company.
So number one thing, how to combat fraud is that.
So those three things would help you out accordingly. Now, is that going to guarantee 100% recidivism? No. Okay, but if you ask those questions in the beginning, yes, that's going to get rid of somebody that is a potential fraudster.
And you know what? A lot of people out there, but you know what? You can definitely count on Nic. Why? He's got 27 five-star reviews on his business page, and you can check him out. It's Nic without the K. And then Magallanes, I said it right. It almost didn't come out, but I got it there, .com.
Right.
But I want to spell it out for people because it's important. So NIC without the K. So NIC, and then it's MAGALLANES.com.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, you had to do that to me, huh? I was already having a lousy day, but now it's great. I love it.
Yeah,
I want you to talk about now some of the things that you could do for disability for the veterans out there.
Okay, so one thing that has already been approved, but we're waiting for it to come through in the great state of Arizona. So with the veterans, they're looking at getting a property tax exemption based on their disability rating. And the good thing is, if there's a chance that it changes from like 10% to 40%, obviously the required documentation, you have to go to your local county assessor, what have you, then you get that submitted, and then that can be modified. So the good thing is, that's not only how it applies to mortgage. Well, I mean, property taxes are a part of the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So that's going to help your payment go down, especially for the veteran community. We served our country, why not? And we thank everybody for giving us reason to serve this beautiful country.
And thank you for your service as well. You might want to tell them about that.
Yes, so I was in the Marine Corps for 17 years, 9 months, took early medical retirement, but the one that's the shining jewel that's not here is my wife. She served 20 years and she was my corpsman. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Marine Corps is a department of the Navy. However, she wanted to be with somebody on the varsity team, hence that's why we've been married. Best thing that's ever happened, so jarhead. So, yes. Here we are.
And thank you again. So should people really use a real estate agent?
And not only should they use it, it's just they must use it. It's just like, okay, I'm not here on a radio show, you know, without wearing a shirt and my hair being messed up, okay? And you're not gonna drive off the car lot without having insurance. Yes, you need to use a real estate agent, okay? You need to have that protection. It goes without saying.
The other thing, though, I want to talk about when they should call you, because a lot of people used to be that they would go look for homes, and now it's better that they call you first so that they know what they can do. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about what that looks like.
So anytime, now understand something, there is not a baseline interest rate. And you know, we get these calls all the time, I got an 800 credit score. And actually you don't. Those that don't have a credit score of 800 are usually the ones that don't say they do, are the ones that have an 800 credit score. So what we do, or what I do, and I offer free consultation, I say, well, let's give it a couple hours, if that necessary. First hour, Q&A. Let's get all your questions done. Okay. Then after that, we need to do the uniform residential loan application. We offer to do a soft credit check in the beginning, ultimately knowing that yes, you're going to have to do a hard credit check, and then make sure at that point everything is on good faith. So to get everything bona fide, now we need your income documents. We need the front and back side of your driver's license, social security card. The list will go on, okay? And then after that, we understand at that point you are now pre-qualified. You're, as I always say, you're at 70%, 30%. 70% that's going to go through, 30% that it will not go through. Of course, nothing's a guarantee. 30% it won't happen because of appraisal, property tax. Something that happens that's third party, not property tax.
How about
tax
for first-time home buyers?
Depending on the qualifications, there's plenty of options. We don't have enough time to talk about it, but there's plenty of options for anybody that's looking for a home for the first time.
Now, he's licensed in Arizona, Florida, and Texas. He does do free consultations. You can call him at 602-621-3061. You can check him out on his website. It's NicMagallanes.com. I'll have it down by the end of the show, by tomorrow.
You got it down. That was
I'm
good.
getting it. And 27 5-star reviews on his business page. Please check him out. And I know what I know about you, because I've met you a few times now.
Sure.
Is that you have a passion. You have a passion to help people and doing what you do and doing it correctly where there's no fraud involved, right?
Correct.
That you are the guy to call when it comes to mortgages.
That is correct.
You love what you do.
Well, and it's one thing, okay, because people always say, well, what separates you? Okay, it's my work ethic, okay? Not to say that anybody doesn't have a work ethic, but when you served in the United States Marine Corps in the heights of operations of Rocky Freedom, Enduring Freedom, it was train, 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 deploy, 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 train, train, train. No one cared if you'd been home, no one cared if you'd seen your family, no one cared if you'd eaten. We got to accomplish the mission. Well, after all 17 years and 9 months and given credit of a total of 18 years, it's not going to change who you are.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's in your blood.
Yes, it is.
Now, what about, is now a good time for people to buy?
Absolutely.
Tell them why.
And because right now, sure, the rates are a little bit high, the homes where they are. When the rates go down, the cost of the homes are going to go up. So right now, the rates are here, homes are here. It's going to do this. So if you're, get over your fear, and let's make it happen.
What about refining?
Absolutely.
So why?
Well, number of reasons. A lot of people are in 6 to 7% interest rates, and depending on what their credit score is now and with equity, save some monthly payments and take out some equity to pay off some bills, do some home improvements.
Right. I think it's important too that people understand that they may be high, but they're not as high as they used to be years ago.
No.
Right?
No.
So tell them about that, because a lot of people just don't understand that.
Well, the thing about it is, back in, you know, there was a time that interest rates were between 14 to 19% with an 800 credit score, with 20% down, 35% down. Okay, this interest rate, as they say, you're not going to be married to it. Take the rate, marry the home.
Now, his phone number to call is 602-621-3061. I think it's important that, look at it, it's gorgeous here, right?
Yes.
And people want to live here. This is probably Scottsdale is probably the #1 area, right, for people to live in. They probably think that. What are your thoughts?
Yes and no. Yes, because if that's where somebody wants to go, but it's where you find your niche and where you're happy at. There's plenty of options.
Well, there's a lot of people that are going to be looking at us this weekend. You know, we've got people from all over the world that watch the Open, and they want to come here because they're looking at there. It's cold as heck wherever they are, and they're looking at us hanging out. It's 80 degrees. We're in shorts and t-shirts while they're all bundled up.
Yes, right now the waste management, Scott said, that is the tip of the spear. Give me a call and let's make it happen.
That number to call them again, it's 602-621-3061. What are your final words?
Hey, yo, Karen, I did it. Give me a
Well,
call.
there you go. You know what? I think what's really important too is for people to be able to understand that. Well, you said being afraid. So you really don't know what you don't know. So have the free consultation. Find out what you can afford before you go out. His phone number to call, it's 602-621-3061. Again, it's 602-621-3061.
I don't have set hours.